Hey Joris, hi. Thanks for being here and thanks for joining us on this spontaneous interview. I'm just curious if you can introduce yourself. Who are you and what's your role?
Yes, my name is Joris Lindenhovius. I'm 53 years old. I work for the Rabobank and I'm head of the data management department. So I'm responsible for data management standards, having the oversight within the bank of the implementation of those standards and in the end making sure that our data is of the highest quality and always available and accessible for everybody within the bank. We have data management as a strategic topic within the bank, so we don't report back to the managing board on the progress of it. So our vision in that sense is of taking stock of our most business critical reports and models, making sure we implement our data management standards on that, and we report that towards the managing board because it's a strategic topic, but not only for us, also for the supervisor. So we make sure that we are successful in that sense. So scoping, focus, and monitoring your progress is the part of our vision.
In terms of success, right? Because I assume you have a lot of success, but also challenges along the way. I'm curious if you can actually elaborate on a specific example of, let's say, a data-driven application or an AI use case that had significant impact because of the work that you did.
It's always hard to say because it's my team is a policy team, so we draw up data management standards and we have the oversight bank-wide on the implementation, but we're not responsible for the implementation itself. So if you look at success, for me it's more in the aspects of drawing up a master plan data where you have 5-year commitment from the managing board, that you have 5-year budget to be able to make that impact. So when it comes to success, making sure that you can make data management a strategic asset within the organization. I think that's one of our biggest successes. Secondly, is that we have data governance organized on all 3 levels. So we have a data governance board on a strategic level with managing board presence in it as well. We have a tactical committee and also operational boards where we try to steer on the progress on our data management adventure. I think that's also a success. We are continuously refining and improving our governance. I think that's also can be seen as a success. Next to the fact that a colleague of mine that's also presented here today, Odessa, data management is not only about technology, it's not only about plans, it's also about people. And I think with the literacy team, with the academy in place, that I have 20 FTE directly reporting to me. About 10 of them are able to give the training. So, and I think 1 day a week in general, my people give trainings to the 42,000 people that work within the bank. We have a mandatory training, e-learning training for everybody. That's a huge success because it starts with making people aware of the fact that they're part of our data challenges. And then we have a sponsor program where all the managing board and also the people under the managing board have to go through to understand what their position is within our data challenges. I think that is also a very big success. And for the rest, we just have to make sure we keep on doing this and we keep on being successful in implementing our data management standards.
Then in terms of like drawing some lessons for this for others, whether that's other banks or other companies in general, what are sort of the lessons that you could share about this journey that you're on?
Well, I've the blessing that I've worked for other companies before and also non-banks, so KPN predominantly, but also with the City of Amsterdam, so a public organization, about half of the size of the Rabobank, the City of Amsterdam. If you look at KPN, for example, a lot was about business cases. If you look at a bank, it's about being compliant and making sure that we really manage our risk well, etc. I think the biggest lesson that I've learned is that you cannot do it alone. And that sounds really logical, etc. But you have to share the responsibilities. So appoint data owners, making report owners or model owners who own a report or a model also make them responsible for the quality of the data, even though they have a limited amount of influence on that, but they have to know that they're responsible for it and they have to organize things. So sharing the ownership, sharing the responsibilities, I think is one of the biggest learnings. It's not only just about training them, but it's also putting them into the position. Using your governance layers to put them into the position to do their work, because all of them are really busy and we're just adding new roles and responsibilities. So they have to understand what's in it for them. So you learn them that in the beginning, and then afterwards you hold them responsible for doing what they should be doing. You also help them, of course, by giving them insights, data and information to see are we moving in the right direction. But the biggest learning is sharing the responsibilities throughout the organization and putting people into their responsible areas of helping us transform into a data-driven organization.
How is it to work with Rewire? What stands out for you?
What stands out for me, I've been directly and indirectly involved with them within two companies, and all being part of creating a data-driven culture or data analytics-driven culture. I think the most important thing is that you take people away from the day-to-day job and really focus in a day or a multi-day training on what is data analytics, what can it mean for you, engage in exercises with them, etc., and to create that first amount of energy on this specific topic. Because before that, it's mostly an opinion that they have because of the articles that they've read. By engaging them in a culture or through another program, you can tap into what it is and what it means for them. And that's what I've been involved with within KPN, but also later on within the Rabobank, is creating that culture using these training sessions, etc. But taking them out of their normal working context, and then a day long, not an hour, not 2 hours, a day long or 2 days through a program, and letting them understand what it is and what it can be. I think that's the first thing that I think of when I think of Rewire or my company as they were called before.
Thank you.